guys, I wanted to do a quick video today to talk to you about some sugar alternatives. I know personally how addictive sugar can be and how it's really hard to overcome that sweet tooth sometimes. So anytime we are consuming a lot of processed sugar or white refined sugar, that's not good for our bodies. So I wanted to kind of give you some alternatives that you can use. You can still have some sugar, just in more of a natural state, and that's really going to help you out. So first, we're all familiar with honey. Honey is a great alternative sweetener, whether you're going to use it in baking. Using honey in baking adds a lot of moisture and again that sweetness, but in more of a natural form. Also on oatmeal, in your morning oatmeal, honey is great to use there. So honey is a great substitute. One that you might not think of, I use this a lot, especially for baking, is maple syrup. Now, I'm not talking about the pancake syrup. That is not real maple syrup. That is basically high fructose corn syrup with some caramel coloring and a list of other chemicals that our bodies do not need. So what you want to look for is 100% pure maple syrup. They sell this at Kroger, Walmart, any grocery store is going to have 100% pure maple syrup. Now, it is going to be a little bit more pricey, so just be prepared. It's going to be a little more pricey, but you're only going to use a very small amount. The nice thing is, if you're using this on, say, waffles, pancakes, French toast, you only need a very tiny amount because it is very sweet. I tend to use this more for baking. If I have a recipe that calls for honey, you may not like that. Honey has a little bit of a florally taste. You may not like that. So maple syrup would be a great alternative to that. And again, this is going to add moisture to any type of bread or muffin that you make. So 100% pure maple syrup. Probably my absolute favorite that I use all the time in baking, in oatmeal, in just lots of dishes that you may not be familiar with is coconut sugar. You can find this in the regular grocery store. In fact, I have another brand here. Actually, I bought this one at Kroger. And again, a little bit more pricey, however, totally worth it. This is not going to spike your blood sugar levels. It's going to help you maintain, sort of an even blood sugar level and not cause those spikes that the white refined sugar does. And again, this is not refined. When something is refined, that means that it has been processed and all of the nutrients have been stripped from it. So that's not what we want. I mean, if we're going to consume sugar, then at least we can get some nutrition from it, right? So what things like coconut sugar are is they're not processed. This is not processed, so it retains some of its nutritional value. So there are some minerals and nutrients left, in the coconut sugar. Now, you may be wondering, okay, maybe you don't like coconut. This does not taste like coconut. This tastes like sugar. This does not taste like coconut. And if you can see, actually you can see it on this one a little bit better, it's a darker color. So it looks kind of more like brown sugar. It is a great alternative to white or brown sugar. Again, can be used in baking. You can use this in your morning coffee as an alternative to sugar. It has the same nutritional value as far as calories and sugar grams, so you don't really gain anything there, but you're only going to use a small amount, and you're not having those chemicals and toxins put into your body. And just a quick word on the refined chemicals and toxins. One of the main reasons we want to stay, not only do we know that those things can cause a host of medical problems, especially things like cancer, but what happens to our body when we consume those chemicals and toxins, our body does not recognize that. And what happens is it creates a set, sort of like a fat capsule around those toxins and stores it. And that's why we gain so much weight, is because our body doesn't know how to process all those chemicals and toxins. So the more we eliminate those processed foods with the chemicals and toxins, the more readily our body is going to be able, our metabolism is going to increase, we're going to be able to lose weight, we're going to be able to meet those health goals, again, that you're working towards. The other thing that I love, just to add for sweetness, banana. So if you're baking something, or maybe you're making some whole wheat pancakes, add some banana to the mixture. In fact, I often make whole wheat pancakes. I put some bananas and some pecans in it, and I don't even need any syrup because the bananas add so much sweetness. So, or even in a bread or muffin that you're making, you know, bananas, again, have a lot of nutritional value and also add that sweetness. Two other sweeteners that I just want to mention that I don't have here because I don't use them personally. Agave. Agave has gotten a lot of attention recently, and it was thought originally to be a healthy sugar alternative. However, more of the research that has been done and the information that has come out on agave shows that it is high in fructose. We don't want anything high in fructose because that causes insulin resistance. So again, it can mess up your blood sugar levels. And there's also some thought that agave is not really pure and natural and may have some chemicals added to it. So I would steer clear of the agave. The other thing though is stevia. Stevia comes from a plant and is considered a natural sweetener. Now you do want to be careful as to what type of stevia that you get and make sure it is 100% pure. It is very, very sweet in that you cannot use it in a 1-to-1 ratio substitute for sugar, whereas things like coconut sugar, you can use this if a recipe calls for half a cup of white sugar. You can use half a cup of coconut sugar. Again, it's a 1-to-1 substitute, whereas stevia is about 200 times sweeter than sugar. So, you know, you would use a less amount. So that's another alternative if you wanted to use that in baking or in, say, your coffee or something in the morning. So I hope that this is helpful to you. Try some of these alternatives, and I think you'll really love them. See you soon.